All righty then. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Adam Holroyd, mornings in the lab. What is up, everyone? I'm glad you're here this morning. Thanks for joining me here on Kindness Rising today. A little, there it is. A little bit on the delay, but we are here right now, getting up and getting after it on the Morning Lab Network, just like we do every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, here on Kindness Rising, and the whole Mornings in the Lab Network with Mornings in the Lab. Keith, John, and friends coming up right at 8 o'clock today. But first, this. Good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Kathleen the donkey is with us. Congratulations, Kathy, on your continued development and work on your brand. Jess Holroyd, everybody's in the house. Hey, Jess, sound. I took your advice. You asked for it, you get it right here on Kindness Rising. I hope you're doing well, and maybe the world has calmed down a little bit for you all there. I hope everyone is staying safe out there in Kentucky and in the world where there were lots of storms. It's the storm season. Yeah, I got caught in the rain on my walk yesterday. Whatever, that's fine. Sometimes you walk through the rain, sometimes. Everybody there? I'm glitching out. Okay. Never had that happen before. If I disappear, no, I'm thinking about you. Nice, Jess. I'm glad to hear that. If I disappear for some reason, just know I'm thinking about you. I think I'm just stalling out a little bit. But anyway, let's get to it. I'm already behind. I'm not behind. I'm right on time. Wherever I am, I'm right on time. That is the whole point of it all. The way it was meant to be. And so good morning. And today, of course, we have to talk about freedom. Freedom. Hey. Central Smoko. Central. I love trying to figure out people's little handles. But anyway, what's up? What do you take? You take the cake? You take, I can't tell, is that Stormkeeper or Groundskeeper Willie? Or is that you? Trat Smoko. Anyway, today we're talking about freedom. We have to. It's just so much fun. Freedom in our communities, freedom in our relationships, and most importantly, freedom inside ourselves. Sometimes life can feel like a whirlwind, that's for sure, with responsibility, news spinning, and emotion spinning, and somewhere in the middle of all that, we're trying to find our footing, and we don't know where the heck we're going. As it turns out, I don't know what I'm saying. As it turns out, our mystery guest may know a thing or two about that too. So, not mystery guest, our who in the world, that's coming up in just a minute. But thank you all for joining here on Kindness Rising. I come here live 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday morning to get up and get after it with people like Mike Sullivan and Roseanne and Jess and Kathy and Holroyd and Keith. Remember, what was that? Romper Room, the mirror. I'm going to hold up the mirror and I'm going to name everybody's name. Anyway, I'm just so glad we have a community here. We're building a community. That's what we're doing. Subscribe to the channel right here on Kindness Rising. Check out the Mornings in the Lab Network. But first, we do this every day. What do we do? Oh, yes. I haven't given my little spiel. All right. Monologue time. You got me monologuing. All right. What is wrong with me? And Mike, I got a little today. The rain, the hot, my life doesn't know what it wants to be around here at all. So we're going to go musicless. Today is Juneteenth. Everybody know what Juneteenth is? I didn't know. I did. I will fully admit that I went to work in an organization. We're a pretty white and rural community here, but closer to our little town here, our little city of Binghamton, it gets more diverse, which is wonderful. I lean into it entirely. But so anyway, I went to work for an organization, and there was a strong contingent of individuals who served and worked for who were African American, and it was those was like 3 or 4 years ago. Juneteenth wasn't a holiday until 2021. It's only been 5 years. So about 3 years ago, I went to work and they're all saying, well, we got to celebrate. I had no idea what it was, but I'm glad to celebrate and to talk about it and think about it and help other people learn what it is too. Because people are like, great, the stock market's closed and we have a holiday, but what the hell does this mean? This day commemorates something. It commemorates June 19th, 1865, when Union troops showed up in Galveston, Texas, and announced that enslaved people were free. Remember, we didn't have YouTube to help us figure this stuff out, right? Emancipation Proclamation had been issued more than 2 years earlier, actually, and freedom had already been declared. But not everyone knew, just like I didn't know until 2023 or whatever. To wake up one morning believing your life was one thing, and by the end, imagine feeling that those people, imagine waking up believing your life was one thing, and by the end discovering it was something else entirely. To learn that a reality existed that had been hidden from you, and that freedom had arrived before the news of freedom did. Absolutely. How often do we live as though we're trapped when the door is already open? How often do we carry old stories about ourselves long after they stop being true? We become prisoners of our old narratives. We become captives of outdated visions of ourselves. And Juneteenth, it reminds us that freedom isn't just something societies pursue. It's something that individuals pursue. The freedom to grow, the freedom to give, the freedom to begin again, the freedom to become. And here's what I find most inspiring. The story of Juneteenth isn't about freedom delayed. It's about hope preserved despite unimaginable hardship. Generations of people continue to believe in the future they could not yet see. That kind of hope changes history and sometimes changes a life. So today we honor Juneteenth, but here's the question. What's one thing you're still carrying that you're finally ready to be free from? That's the monologue. Howdy, Jerry Ginger. What's up, homie? Yeah, see, Jess, you just found out yesterday. It's okay. We're all learning and growing. The idea is to be part of it and to understand what's going on and to be curious and reach out with compassion and understanding about things. And that's what we do. But we also have a lot of fun today. Yes, freedom and tolerance, Sully. Absolutely. Thanks, Sully. Yeah, I'm working on it. A little bit at a time. But I feel that. I believe it. I believe it deeply. I also believe we have to have some fun along the way. But here's the problem, guys. I love you dearly. Usually I flash my clues. Today I didn't have time to make my clues. I just didn't. I just had going on. But I'll speak my clues. I could probably type it in the comments. This agent of chaos became a household TV favorite, despite rarely, if ever, speaking a word. See. I tried to put it in the comments. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. Agent of Chaos becoming a household TV favorite despite rarely, if ever, speaking a word. Ooh, Kathy's sniffing it out. Clueless? Yeah, sometimes I'm clueless. Yes, I am clueless. Dude, Jerry Ginger, you know this. I know that I'm clueless. I know that I know nothing, and the more I know, the less I know. That's what I know. All right. 1964. We're going to do this instead while we wait for another clue patiently. I'll deliver the clue verbally. I will not be clueless. You just won't get it on the visual. You'll get it in the stream. All right. Wait. That happened today. On this date in 1964, the United States Senate approved what would become the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Good year, 1964. On this date in 64, it became the Civil Rights. Anyway, it's difficult to overstate how important that moment was. The legislation would eventually be signed into law by President Johnson to become one of the most significant civil rights laws, if not the most significant civil rights law in American history, prohibiting discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. It challenged segregation in public accommodations, strengthened voting right protection, and it opened protections and it opened doors that had been intentionally closed to millions of Americans. Here's the part of the story that often gets overlooked, though. The vote wasn't the beginning. It was the result of years of advocacy, years of organizing, marches, speeches, courts, you know the story. The result of people who refused to accept that injustice was simply the way things had to be. History tends to remember the moment. We talked about the spark, the moment, the flash of lightning, the photograph, the speech, the signature. But progress, in this case, and usually too, is built long before anyone notices. The Civil Rights Act wasn't created in a day. It was earned over generations. That's the lesson for all of us, because we often become discouraged when change doesn't happen quickly. We want those immediate results. We got to get them. Immediate transformation, immediate improvement. But meaningful change, whether it's a nation, a community, or ourselves, it doesn't work that way. Progress looks slow while it's happening. It can feel invisible and frustrating and like nothing is changing at all until one day you look back. Holy moly, progress happened. I built an entirely new landscape. The Civil Rights Act reminds us that progress isn't automatic, but it is possible. Absolutely. And just remember, history is often changed by the people who simply refuse to quit. That's the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was passed by the United States Senate pretty dominantly, actually. I know I keep getting the spinning wheel. The black screen of death. Remember blue screen of death? That was a big deal, right? Everybody remember getting the blue screen of death? You're like, uh-oh, my computer just literally died. The audio daily double. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Ding, ding. Daily double. Here's the audio daily double. Let's just move into it. Stop yakking away. I appreciate you, Jerry. LBJ, Texan Democrat. Yep. You better start swimming. Absolutely, Jess. I appreciate you. Oh. Although everybody should be seeing them, unless you're on the vertical and the horizontal stream, because that's just so weird to me that YouTube does that. Anyway, I am off the radar, right, or off the reservation. Right? Terrible thing. Now that I just said it out loud, God, I can't believe I said that. What do they say? You're off. Like they say that, but I'm like, whoa, did I just say that? Don't think about that. Think about that. It's just words that come out of your mouth, and you're like, it's what we said growing up, but never really made the connection until it just came out of my mouth here in 2026. Anyway, who in the world? Clue two. We'll remember clue one. It's now in the chat, and everybody can see it. A new way of doing things. Agent of Chaos, who became a household TV favorite despite rarely, if ever, speaking a word. Second clue here, if I can find it. His popularity his popularity eventually spread far beyond the place that inspired his name. Agent of Chaos, whose popularity spread beyond the place that inspired his name. Clue 2, that is it. All right, we're still rocking the Wait That Happened tune. We'll do a spotlight because I always do. Once again, you're just getting me. You're getting me and my words. You're not getting video and scrollings and all that kind of thing today. But I'm here because today we're spotlighting the Equal Justice Initiative. One of the things I admire most about their work is the belief that understanding history helps us better understand one another. The Equal Justice Initiative, not to dwell in the past, not to assign blame, but to create understanding, because kindness doesn't require us to agree on everything, but it does require us to recognize one another's humanity. And that can be difficult, especially in a culture that often rewards outrage. Dignity is a powerful thing. Listening is a powerful thing. Understanding is a powerful thing. The civil rights movement wasn't simply about changing laws. It was about expanding dignity, and kindness often begins right there with the simple decision to see another person as fully human. That's it. That is the Equal Justice Initiative, working for restorative justice in the prison systems and other places. Equal Justice Initiative, I'll say it a million times. Usually I show it, but just hearing my words. Robert Murray, 431 is hearing me. Hey, Robert Murray, I hope you're still sticking around out there. Anybody else who's out there, get involved in the chat. Come join us, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, every single weekday. July 3rd, 2 weeks from now, from today, will be 1 year that I have shown up here every single day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, with people like Jess and Sully and Jerry and Roseanne and Kathy and Holroyd. And we're becoming a little crew. I love it. I love that you guys show up here when you do. Sully, I appreciate that you reached out to me yesterday and were honest with me about what's going on, and I support you 100%. Even if I glitch out, 100%, just like I do with Kathy, just like I do with Jess. That's what we do. We support each other, even if it's just giving each other an encouraging word or saying, I understand, listening, here's an idea, can I help you connect to somebody I know? To me, that's what living and what community is about, and it's what we're building here at Kindness Rising and at and in Mornings in the Bro. Absolutely. Check us out. Check out the MITL, hashtag MITL if you're curious, or hashtag Origins on LinkedIn. The entire network, we're doing a campaign every day, a little bit of history about ourselves. You see my name right there on that screen. That is me. Come check me out on LinkedIn to check out people like Keith Billis and Show Raphael Whitaker and the whole crew, Jason Hewlett, I don't want to forget anybody. Paul Riedner, Adam House, Sarah Barnes Humphrey. All right, I'm done naming names. You name names. Anybody? That's a Seinfeld reference for those who really care. Okay. I'm not going to do a Grateful Dead today. I'm wearing the dead. I'm showing the dead. But I'm not doing a Grateful Dead segment today. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do the old-fashioned kind. The Be Kind Rewind. Our Be Kind Rewind today, taking us back not that far, but to a place that had a special impact on me personally, and I bet there are people out there that were impacted by this film in particular. It's a Pixar film, and it's from 2015. A little film called Love me some Inside Out. As a Gen X parent, I don't think we fully appreciated what that movie was about when we first sat down to watch it. I didn't. I had no idea what I was getting myself into with my kids. My kids were 10. I had 10-year-old twins at the time. Yeah, sure, another Pixar film, and it was going to be funny and voices that we recognize and all that. But what we actually ended up with was in our house for sure, just almost a new language, right? Normalizing conversations about emotions with kids. Joy wasn't only an emotion that mattered. We talked about sadness and fear and anger and disgust and how every emotion has a purpose. That was the profound lesson in Inside Out, because previous generations often approached emotions differently, including ourselves as we were growing up, right? Pushing through, toughening it out, moving on. And while resilience matters, Inside Out reminded us that understanding our emotions is not weakness, it's wisdom. The goal is to eliminate fear, eliminate anger, and to understand what they're all trying to tell us. That is emotional freedom, not controlling every freedom, learning how to listen to them, not eliminating every single one, just speaking of your emotions and being present in them. Absolutely. All right. That was Inside Out, Pixar. Good time on the Be Kind Rewind. So glad you all are sticking around. We are waiting on the third clue. Do we have any new clues? We had a new guesses. We had a Lou Ferrigno and the Hulk, which are, the same person. I get why, especially from the first clue, you would have guessed that guy. All right. Are we ready for our third and final clue? Remember our first two clues. Clue number one was, I have to look it up myself because I don't have it right in front of me. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, clue number one, we're talking about Agent of Chaos becoming a household TV name. Thank you for reminding me that. His popularity has eventually spread beyond the place that inspired his name. And here comes the final clue. We'll get to our compass and then do our reveal. I think this might be the one. When you add those two together and put this one in there, the character, it's a character, not a person. Tricky. Character is famous for spinning, growling, destroying things, and somehow remaining incredibly lovable. And you can't say the host of Kindness Rise. There's your third clue. And now let's get to our compass. We always do this. We always move from thought to action. Thought to action here on Kindness Rising with our kindness compass. Absolutely. And today's compass point is simple. You don't have to eliminate the whirlwind in your life to find your center. Life will always have uncertainty, challenges, disappointments, and stress, unexpected change. The goal certainly isn't perfect calm. It's learning how to navigate the storm. Absolutely. Think about the people you admire most. They're not calm because nothing difficult happens. I'm sorry. They're not calm because nothing difficult happens. Sometimes they're calm. Maybe they're not. They're calm because they learned how to respond when difficult things happen. Freedom isn't the absence of struggle. It's the ability. And that freedom is absolutely available to all of us. So that's today's compass point. You don't have to eliminate the whirlwind to find your center. Absolutely. Choose your response and see what happens. All right. How did we respond to? I didn't see the Jess dropping in, Kathy dropping in. Great minds think alike. Yep. All right. Great minds come up with great clues. So Jess, you asked for an animal. You're like, all right, maybe we should do Guess the Animal. I'm like, all right, we'll do Guess the Animal. All right. I was looking at my little resource for what happened on this day. It's 1954. Here we go. Here he is. 1954. Did you guys realize Taz was 54? Not born in 1954? His debut, 1954. That's a long time. He's mostly remembered as a force of cartoon chaos, and I think there's a deeper reason people absolutely connect with him. We've all been Taz. We've all had days when life feels out of control. We feel overwhelmed, frustrated, angry, stressed, and confused. We've all been caught in that role. And maybe that's why the Taz is endured, because underneath the cartoon chaos is something obviously human. All right. It's been a while. What's happening? There it is. Was that a good Tasmanian devil impression? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm having fun here on Kindness Rising this morning. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for supporting the channel. 50 weeks. We're finishing up right now. 2 more to go to get to a year. I think we're going to make it. There were moments when I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. We'll talk about that over the next couple of weeks for sure, too. I'm going to be putting out more about my journey, with going live here on Mornings in the Lab Network, more on my journey of personal development, what it's meant to me to be doing this for a year, more about you. It's not about me. It's about you. It's a little bit about me. But no, it's really about you. It's really about you. What it does for me, what you do for me to be here. This is awesome. This is awesome. Really, really good stuff. Never, ever, ever would have imagined that this is where I would be. So I'm excited. I'm excited for us all growing together, learning, whatever it is, having fun, laughing. Yep. And I hope you don't forget to keep coming and subscribing to the channel out there if you're out there and you haven't, and get involved in the chat. It's what it takes. I guarantee you 1 or 2 little clicks, tell us a little something about you, and you'll be hooked, because we got the best group, the best community building right here. This is the group, the place to get up with more high fives for humanity and a little bit of less rage bait at 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday morning. And I'm sad because it's Friday, because I won't be here 7:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but that's not on the schedule. It's not on the plan. I have been going live, though, every once in a while, randomly, just for fun. Actually, pretty much every day now in the afternoon. Thanks, Jess. Hit the thumbs up. Yep. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. I got to wind it up, but I am glad that you all chose to join me here for another week. Oh, I also wanted to remind Jess and those who, Kathy and Mike, the guys who've been here, people who've been here all week. I noticed I started with the Magna Carta and I ended with the Civil Rights Act. I don't know what that's about, but I was like, oh, that was an interesting week. Sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, everything can kind of connect in some way, for sure. And that's what I do at the end of every show, a kindness thread. Here's our thread. Today we talked about freedom. Juneteenth. Today is Juneteenth. Who reminded us that freedom matters. The Civil Rights Act reminded us that progress matters. Emotions matter, and task. He reminds us that life can get messy. Maybe kindness lives in the middle of all of that. The freedom to grow, the courage to feel, and the patience to keep moving forward. That is what we're here for every single day, weekdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, here on Kindness Rising. Come on back on Mondays, subscribe to the channel, like it, all that stuff. But most importantly, get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. See you Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.